What's going on, all my beloved YouTubers, wherever you are over your world? Today's topic is crystals and tarot readings. You love the tarot readings? Guess who's back? Back again. Tarot's back. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Nah, 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 nah. Anyway, on with the crystal show. Turbulence crystal. Very powerful for catching negative and unwanted spirits, or maybe even some unwanted energy as well. Very powerful, very strong. A good tool, especially if you've got family members that are trapped and they're hanging around in your energy field and you don't want them there anymore. Set the trap is set, and sure enough, if you catch it, you catch it, and then just release the crystal and throw it into the bottom of the ocean once you know that they're trapped in there. Very good for if you've got haunted homes or things like that, and you think to yourself, shit, I'm trapped, I'm stuck, I've got nowhere else to go, it's the lowest property on the market, I can't get out. If I have to get out, I'll be out on the streets. Sometimes it's actually worth just buying a caravan in those circumstances, but if not, very, very powerful crystal. If worst comes to worst, go to your priests, go to your local churches, go to your local psychics, go to your local mediums, and even go to your local historians, or come to me, and we'll work through the problems together one-on-one, and we'll put up a fight and we'll win. Very, very powerful crystal, the turbulence crystal. I just love it. You also see the turbulence crystal in some of the Uncharted games. Uncharted 4 is another good one where you see this crystal. You see a lot of it in Scotland and various bits and pieces like that. And also very easy to buy, very easy to get, and it's just awesome. Moving along. Aha. Looks like a normal rose quartz. Very, very powerful for healing and other measures, and this crystal actually represents my home planet. Hopefully, well, I'll be going to after I've done my work here on planet Earth. Very, very powerful, very, very strong. Very powerful connection, very spiritual, and it took me about an entire month to get it into a range hit. Very good. This crystal may look like a turbulence from where you first see it, but if you actually look close enough, it is actually a travels crystal. This bad boy usually is around $50 in your shops. I picked it up for $27, and it's an actual rose stone, very powerful if you want to go travelling. It gives you some inspiration and goals and settings, and very, very handy if you need it to go to travel in day-to-day life. I highly recommend getting you a travel crystal. I can actually feel the vibration of that stone in itself. Moving along. This is an interesting one. This is a sort of a love crystal for grounding and centering and to stop getting negativity off. Now, very, very interesting. I shall show you with this. It's a rose quartz. Okay? Very, very important if you want your heart to be open, or if you've got a broken heart and it needs healing. This is the crystal, the way to go. This crystal is very good for those people that come into your life and the heart chakras are completely blocked and completely shut off, and they just want to get hurt and hurt and hurt time and time and time again. This crystal is very good for allowing you, for that person to go right ahead and doing that. But in saying that, it does allow the opportunity for that person to come back into your life when you and her are ready to do so. Heart chakra, rose quartz, very, very powerful, very, very strong, very, very light, very, very easy to work with. Lots of stories and various bits and pieces around the heart chakra crystal, very, very strong. You can probably see the crystal working right in front of you as we speak. Very, very powerful, very light, very easy, but your mind's got to be switched on for the highest good of all. That doesn't mean to say that that's not for the highest good of all. That can still be good. When I was talking to you guys, I actually know on the meaning behind this crystal now and what it means, because a person has just told me the meaning behind this crystal and what it means and the value behind it, which is awesome. Tiger eye. 1 use and 1 use only. I've got another one in the room. It's just like a little round ball, like the rose quartz crystal. Tiger eye is very, very important, and for one reason only, and that's for work. If you haven't got work and you want more opportunities coming into your work and more viewers and more client base and more database, and you want your business to learn, succeed, grow, go beyond expectations, Tiger eye, highly recommend it. Get it, put it in your office, let the good times roll. And make sure you cleanse them once in a while too, just by the ocean and with the full moon, and leaving it out in nature once in a while. All good stuff. This little one is a little nice little white crystal. Very powerful if you want to build, if you're already in a relationship and you want to build that bond and you want your relationship to grow. Very, very important to have this crystal, and I think it actually helps you communicating with your family and loved ones that need to get into contact with you. Pick this crystal up in London, but that doesn't mean that you can't get it anywhere else in the world, or possibly in your own backyard. So amazing, absolute good one. This little crystal here is this is cutting off old cords and putting in new connections, but in saying that, always ask for the highest good of all, and always know you're content when you want to be with a partner or in a relationship with a person that you're meant to be with. It can be used for cutting, and it can be used for reattachments. Just simply awesome. Might do some work on that after this show. Okay, this one. Everybody should know what that, I think it's an ambulance or something like that. Very simple. Grounding. Grounding. Grounding's a word I just get so pissed off about, because we actually don't go anywhere when we want to be our best. We just simply want to be our best. So I hate the word being grounding, but sometimes there's just no other word to describe it better than grounding. But in saying that, I do hate the word, and I wish the term would be changed, because we don't actually go anywhere. We just want to get to our peaks and be in the happiest place that we can be in our environments. But still, grounding crystal. Another Tablon's crystal. That crystal's very, very useful and powerful if you want to catch just the small attachments and just whack them in here and whack it down the bottom of the ocean. And not only that too, just to stop negativity from happening today life. Very good if you want to whack it in the car and try and stop those annoying neighbours that, you know. But in saying that, our neighbours are absolutely wonderful. They're the best. They're the best, man. Nothing can beat our neighbours. So, anywho, turbulence, if the neighbours watch the show, just let me know in the comments what you think. But if there's a neighbour or driver or people that are using drugs and various bits and pieces, and you don't want to be on the same road as them. Very powerful crystal. Suggest you pick one up to stop the negativity. And not only that, you can sort of use this for travel as well, which is very beneficial. But that crystal there's just more powerful for travel as well. This is an interesting piece. I'd like to know more about it. So if you can leave your comments down below about what this crystal means. It wanted to actually came back and wanted to start using, start getting some working. So I would actually consider it to say I do not know what this crystal is or what it means or what it does, but it's a very powerful crystal, and I can feel it working as we sort of speak. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I just saw a blue thing just flick, so we'll see what that's all about. Again, if you want to make a quick love connection, that's the stone to use. It's very, very light, very cheap to pick up. Can be quite powerful. Yes, you can use those rose two crystals together for the ultimate powerful. Oh, I can feel that too. That's nice. It's nice, Dad. Working together to get to your best possible result. Crystals can actually represent people in your life. Don't say that I'm wrong. Just hear me out. If you feel if there's a connection between you and the crystal and the water and the land and people who you associate with in day-to-day life, can you just let me know in the comments about who you associate that crystal with and what the meaning is and how that crystal can help you to make those bonds grow bigger, stronger, louder, faster. Another one I picked up in London, don't know too much about, let me know in the comments. It's a nice stone, really. This one is for your throat chakra. Very powerful, very strong. It's actually doing a great job this week. This winter for not making me sick, so hopefully that can continue to grow and be successful and continue to kick us. But very, very powerful crystal, this one. I just love it with a passion. That's for your throat chakra. This one again, it's to help cope with yellow chakra, to help with your yellow chakra, to try and help you get more fitter, just to make you grow your solar plexus for when you do too much work and you need to rest and you need to recover. That's a faster crystal of getting you there. Just another tiger eye I bought from the hub, Lakes Entrance. Highly recommend you go to the shop and check it out. Awesome people, awesome. Yeah, awesome. Again, another one. Just bought from the hub, Lakes Entrance. Again, edit and cutting, paste, ties, rose quartz. That's a fishing one too. Works slightly different compared to that. Another tiger's eye to stop negativity and things from coming through. Ooh, yum, that's nice. Just call that a little lemonade crystal. Shittiest fucking manifest you've ever seen, but in saying that, I will buy a proper manifest in time, which will be fantastic. saving up the biggies for it, so it's going to be quite big, and I might just even stick it in the backyard for solidity purpose. Now with the Manifest, it's a very, very powerful crystal because it actually helps you breaking unwanted energies and people that come into day-to-day life in various bits and pieces. That's why the Manifest crystal is so cool and so powerful, so be very, very careful on what your intent is when you actually pick it up from the source, because it may actually do more harm than good. But in saying that, Manifest is very, very powerful and home to the Aquarius family, so very powerful, very strong, and always use your intent for the highest good of all. I don't care if I have to say it in every single video like that I can do, I can't stress that enough. Again, could be powerful crystal used to get into contact with family and loved ones that you haven't seen before, so simply awesome. And that's just yum, yum, yum. Now I might actually start over here, show you. I might just see if I can run into the room next door and quickly show you. Back, guess who's back? Back talking. Darren's back. Hello friends. That's a tiger eye that I was telling you about earlier. That is a powerful crystal. Don't muck with it because it'll just kick you in the ass so hard you won't believe. But very powerful, believe you. Very good use and so on. So the crystal I want to show you. Very powerful to raise people's frequencies. Man, I wish everybody in Lakes Entrance would have one of these. Very powerful, very strong. If it'd be my number one wish, it'd be everyone in the local community to have this crystal. Man, this is powerful. I'll be coming home from work some days, and I'm not kidding, this crystal is lighting up the entire room. It is that powerful, it is that strong, it is that connectional bond. Very, very powerful. It's probably the strongest crystal that I have with the rest, but I would not dare piss off any of the rest by any means necessary. Very powerful. Right, now we'll do a tarot reading because I know how much you have it. Man. Sorry about that. Lovely tarot cards. Just give them a shuffle. We'll do the local area first, and then the global area second. And the local can mean Australia too, as well as Gippsland Lakes and Melbourne and Queensland, Perth, Darwin. You get the drift. Alright, here we go. First card we see for the locals. Always look on the bottom deck first. At the end of the day. That is awesome. And that is the travel card, my friends. And let me tell you, I am stoked. Alright. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands may represent female employees and female mums and females that make decisions in day-to-day life. So my suggestion to you is listen, pay attention, learn, and just shut up and do whatever they say. So a comma. That card there represents change. Four of Cups, picking up what I was just said. So, if you are having problems with those type of people, my suggestion to you is absolutely start communicating with them. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, now. You can't make this shit up. If you start communicating with your employees, with your mums, with your co-workers, with the female and young male proactors, look at what is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. That is just awesome. Oh shit, the Empress. Again, communication with your higher folk, with your employers, with your staff, with your subcontracts, with your friends, with your families, with your loved ones, with your tennis mates, with your golf mates, with your Rotary clubs. Communication, very important, because there is people that are trying to teach you lessons and you have to listen to what those people are saying. If you do not listen, then you'll, just mosey on home and go backwards instead of moving forwards. At the end of the day, the decisions are entirely up to you, but you should listen to what people are trying to tell you. Wow. Isn't that a funny coincidence? 8 of Cups, you're listening, your goals is, just awesome. Here we go again. Here we go again. And guess what I'm just on about? If you don't listen and you don't succeed and you don't do all the things that I'm onto you about, and I'm screening people to do things in day-to-day life that can make your community a better place, well, guess where you and your community are heading to? Homes on the market. I can't dictate that enough. You put your home on the market, you're going to receive news and other influences. This is tops. Shall not be judged unless he be judged. Very important. Nowhere else to go because you've already fucked up. Game, set and match. You cannot make this shit up. I've actually shuffled a few, as you can probably hear in the background, to blend in with my story. Your tails are falling, you're moving home, you're upset, you're angry, blah blah blah. You can't make this shit up. Alright. That is the Gippsland area, the Gippsland Lakes, and what people are going to go through for the next couple of months. Guys, it's never too late to change. It's got to start with you. Guys, if you just if your mum's in there doing the kitchen and doing the cooking and various bits and pieces like that, you don't just sit there looking, you get in there and you start cooking. Again, if you're out there on the work and you see somebody slaving away at the job, you say, buddy, do you mind if I can give you a hand for $20 on the day to get shit done? Automatic, things start happening. You make 20, then you make 50, then you make 80, then you make 100, then you make 110, then you make 120. Shit starts to happen, but it's got to start with you. It's not the cat down the road. It's not the dog down the road. It's not the bird down the road. It's no one down the road besides you. I can't stress that enough to the people of Gippsland. I'm driving around doing all these jobs all day. Every fifth house has got a for sale sign on it, and you just think to yourself, come on, just get out there and earn a buck or contribute to what you've already succeeded so far. So I'm hoping things don't get worse rather than to get better. So that's what I'll say on this matter locally so far. So again, a little less conversation, a little more action, please. We'll just leave it at that, mama. If you need to help communicate with these spirit guides, they're always there. They're there to help you. If you're unfortunate and you haven't got them, ask for a family or friend or loved one to say, guys, I need the support, I need the encouragement, I need the growth. Can you please help me? I'm struggling with Federation training. What do we need to do to get our foots inside the door? Can you give me leads? Do I need to speak to Temple? Do I need to go to the employment agencies? These people are there to help you. It's like the coppers when I saw them arresting someone today because he had too much alcohol. My heart went to the Victorian police for what they had done by making me feel safe for when I went to the bank to get out money on the way to tennis today, and I thought to myself, you guys are the biggest inspirational people I've ever seen in my life for happening to do what you needed to do. Now that guy there, instead of getting drunk, he should have said, well, hello, I've got these problems, let's go to the Victorian police now, before it gets too late, so I don't get charged by them. So, so it's baby steps like that just get you to where you need to be. Alright, and enough of the local chit chat. Let's concentrate on the global stuff, because it's global, man. Shout out to all the global fields out there. Fuck, they're kick ass. Love you guys, especially London too. I mean, if you're from London and you're watching this show, there's lights in America. Doesn't matter, just let me know where you're from, and let's get documentaries and things starting to happen too. You actually see me shuffle the cards. That's another thing too, guys and girls, especially with the females. If your people are blocking you off on letting your heart chakras open, just as I said, I'm here to help, and my door's always open. Shout out to those spirit guides that are out there too, doing your thing. Awesome. And not only that too, if your spirit guides aren't around, it's because there's so much that's going on behind enclosed closed doors. It's not funny, because if you look at it from their worlds and their perspective, they're like, I've got to concentrate on the client. Oh shit, I've got to concentrate on that meeting, or I've got to concentrate on getting to here. So they're like all around the world. So they can't necessarily be in the one place at the one time where you need them the most. But yeah, there's just so much that's going on spiritually at the moment. It's just crazy and phenomenal. Even with our family, there's stuff that's going on like you wouldn't believe. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Well, guess what? I'm not going to tell you. Alright. Alright. Globally. Death. Rebuilding and restructuring. So pretty much what the stuff that I was on about talking locally is pretty much happening all over the world as we speak. Isn't that interesting? In a couple of areas. Is there just do a few of these. That's the intimacy card, that's why I'm laughing. I don't need to see a bit. I kind of need more detail just to see if something comes up in my head. Yin and yang. Very, very good. I like that card, it's a good card. Right. Now, protections. Everybody needs good protections with a little understanding. Alright, predictions. Game of the year, by my understanding, will be very, very close between Battlefront 2 or Mario Odyssey. And Call of Duty World War II will be very, very strong and emotional and powerful. So there are my top 3 predictions for the game of the year. But in saying that, The Legend of Zelda could be up there, and also Zero Horizon Dawn, just to name a few, being the best year ever for gamings. And not only that, the Lost Legacy by Naughty Star is always a contender as well, and there's probably many more games that I haven't even suggested for Game of the Year. And getting back to more games on that topic, the winner of the AFL will be Adelaide Crows, and I think Great Western Sydney will be runners up, and Geelong and Sydney will be thereabouts as well. To the baseball, Boston Red Sox are looking very, very good, although they've been beaten on some occasions, but for some reason I am getting the Cleveland Indians will make another charge. So stick tuned for that. Another thing I'm seeing more and more is properties going up on the market, so be very, very careful around that. I've just expressed what you need to do so you don't fall into that loophole, so moving on. I do see changes happening around the royal family, which will be very, very exciting indeed. I also see a new baby for Will and Kate. It might be a boy or it might be a girl. It's always a bit hard to assess the energies from around that, because the babies are just so strong and so powerful, but I feel as if it will happen within the next year or two. So good on Will and Kate. I do feel as if the Queen will retire and someone will step up to the plate and take that role on as king. It will be the person who you least expected, so stay tuned. A new getting into London, a new 007 movie is on the way and being produced as we speak. Do pay attention, because there might be little details that you might need to jot down on a piece of pen and paper. It's just like seeing Wonder Woman, which I can't wait to see that movie again. Further addictions. Now, I do not like to say this. I feel as if there's going to be more and more alcoholics becoming on board, so just be careful and make sure you stay safe on those streets, and be very, very careful when you're out there on the roads, and make sure you stay safe and drive safe and follow the rules and respect the coppers at all times. I feel as if Kate Perry may have a baby or a child in 1 or 2 years' time. I feel as if she doesn't, her career is going to skyrocket and she will be the best singer in world history. I feel as if Taylor Swift and Katy Perry will put the differences aside and make the number one song in world history. So she's got a few decisions that Katy Perry needs to make, but we'll see what the outcome will be on that. I feel as if Dan Barino's making a move on a couple of things. Total inspirational guy for the NRL. Easily in the future of Hall of Famer. Starting Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and not only that, he's starting Manhattan 18 as well. I see him doing a lot of charity work for people and various bits and pieces, so good on you, Dan. Totally inspirational. Moving along. From the high to the low, Tiger Woods might get himself into some more trouble, so be very, very careful around him, and when you see him, just wave and just say, "G'day mate, how's it going?" and just pluck along and do other things. He's not very nice. Yeah, but anywho, let's just move along from that. Donald Trump getting stressed about North Korea. That's not going to go away. I wish the Americans support Donald Trump in the decisions that he needs to make in North Korea. Anything else? Just more and more people doing travelling, so that's always good. If somebody's thinking about getting a new car that's sort of watching this show, my advice to you is think about just ask people, start communicating, man. I mean, if you want to get the new car, the decision's yours and yours alone. So I'm getting that there might be a truddy or something that's just thinking about it. If so, I don't want the ego to get involved, but yeah, man, why not? I only live once. Kind of cool. Do it, man. Moving along from that, there's a family in Melbourne that I know that the father's passed away, and she was a mentor of mine, and my heart goes out to Jenny and those family that in their time of need. So, my heart goes to you. Shout out, anywho. Yeah, very, very sad, and I wish I was there to support you and your family, but even though that I am not, my heart is with you. And with that being said, we will do another show on predictions because you guys just love them. With that being said, I think we shall call it a day. And remember, your heart chakra is there, and it's up to you what you do with it. But if people say don't turn it on, I want you to switch it on and shine it high as a kite. With that being said, I wish you all farewell, and we'll do another protection show shortly.